ago about my trip out to Wekiva. Start at Seminole State Forest Bear Pond Trail and head south down a road, and the first thing that you come to is the gate that gets you into Wekiva, so you have to stop and obviously jump over this with your bike. It's kind of an entrance. They just don't want any cars in there, so when you first get in, hit this double track. Not a problem with the double track at all. It's a little wet, but it's been raining. But I happened upon this one sign that says 1940s windmill, and I was thinking about maybe heading out and checking it out, but when you look at where it is, I didn't feel like bushwhacking out to see where it is, so maybe try that another time. Continuing on, the double track opens up, come out of the green tunnel. It opens up, and then just kind of a little bit further down the road, you come to the spot where there's this giant horse farm, where I guess they do all the horseback riding. And kind of recorded this because there's a lot of open space, so if you ever had to stop and tent up for the night, this would be a place to do it. But yeah, there's a couple of horse barns out there. There's actually a camper trailer. It looks like somebody's living out there. But yeah, it's open. There's a trash can. There's actually some bathrooms here right off to the right there, right in front of those two white cars that look like they're open to the public. So if needed be, you could do that. So yeah, there's the barn right there. Again, there's the bathrooms back there. Once you pass this, hit a little dirt road, which was all packed down because of the rain, but I'm guessing this would easily be a sand road in the summer, in the drier weather, I guess. We'll come out, take a left onto a concrete road, and just a little bit further down from that concrete road is where we'll enter the single track, but it's just a beat up old asphalt road you can see here. It's not very nice, but you take a right, and like I said, if you're not watching your map real close, you'll miss these single track roads. They're just it just pops up on you. This one actually says service vehicles only, so I was trying to decide whether or not I was actually in the right place, which I was. So push up this little hill around the side. You come to this road. Again, this is me just kind of checking the map, but you ride down this, I don't know, maybe 100 yards, not even that. And then again, if you're not paying attention, boom, take a right off into the single track. I got to tell you, man, this was not maintained. There were trees down. The brushes were constantly smacking me in the face and in the legs the whole time. But it was passable pretty much until you come upon this little river where there's this bridge that looks like it used to work, and not passable at all.
So this is the point when we're just a few miles into the ride that I guess I wasn't expecting today, but it looks like we're going to get a little wet, so can't cross that without getting my toes wet.
So just for perception, it's probably 5 or 6 foot drop into that water. I was actually able to keep 1 foot on the bridge, but I did have to put 1 foot down, and it's probably middle of the shin deep. So this could be a lot of fun if it wasn't in the middle of the day. If you were anywhere where dusk, it would be a little crazy. So once you pass that, it just opens up into this brutal road. This was really the hardest part for me, and I know it doesn't look hard, but this road is completely washed out. It was a mush road. It was all I could really do to get the bike to push through it. Just deep water. I tried riding up on the shoulders at some points, but the issue was that you're about a foot down into those ruts. So if you fall off the shoulder, if you hit a log, which I hit several of, I was completely soaked at this point. And it looked like it never was going to end. It was just as hard as I could go in the smallest gears I could go just to get through this road. And eventually there was a bend that we came to, or I came to, and then I saw this and I'm like, yeah, there's no way. It was completely all the way from the sides. It looked like it was probably 2 feet deep. So I'm only 5.4 miles in. That was tough. That road was brutal because it's mush. But the problem is I've got this ahead. I'm not riding through that. Not today anyways. So this will have to be an adventure for another day. So the plan is to probably head out there again next weekend on a different route, not necessarily the Huracan route, to see if I can make it to the river crossing.